Hello, it's Laura Giles with Pan Society. Thanks for tuning in today. My topic today is the warrior archetype. So we're quickly moving out of winter, and winter is the season for the warrior. So before it's all over, I thought we ought to address that and take a look at that warrior within. But first, let me talk about what is an archetype. So an archetype is an energy or an idea that exists in all cultures throughout all time. So when you say this word like warrior, that everybody knows exactly what you're talking about. So there's a concept for that in every culture. And every archetype has a high side and a low side, or as Carl Jung called it, a shadow. And what we see in the West tends to be the shadow warrior. So this warrior kind of has a bad rap, but really it's a strong energy that everybody needs to cultivate and that we're not really nourishing in the West. So the warrior is this energy that helps us to stand up and fight. And because we've had these horrible, horrible wars, we don't like fighting. So that has turned a lot of people into pacifists. So we're not allowed to draw pictures of guns. Kids are not allowed to move their fingers like it's a gun shape. But it's kind of human nature to fight and to pick a bad guy and a good guy and fight it out. If you look at little kids who know nothing about war, they do this, right? Especially boys, because they're aggressive and they have more testosterone. And that's part of developing this warrior archetype. And if you're not allowed to fight, how are you going to learn how to be a good warrior? Because the fighting is not just mental. It's not just about use your words, let's talk it out. Although that's certainly a part of it. The first part of it is about boundaries. If I have two little kids and one of them is saying, "Oh, mommy, he's touching me," and I don't let them figure that out, how are we going to learn to say no? That's a big problem, isn't it? I can't tell you how many people I see every day who can't say no. And so they let people touch them. They let people talk to them any kind of way. They let all kinds of things happen because they're supposed to be nice. Because we tell little kids, be nice. Well, sometimes you have to stand up for yourself. A lot of times you have to stand up for yourself. The other person might not like it. It doesn't mean it's not nice. It means that they need to obey the boundaries. And that's what the season of winter and the element of earth and the warrior archetype is fundamentally about, is about boundaries, asserting your boundaries, and knowing how much force to use when those boundaries are violated. So if somebody's touching me, I don't have to put a bomb underneath them and blow them up. But that's what the shadow warrior might do. So there's two sides of the shadow. So one is the pacifist who won't do anything, and they'll just let you run right over them. And the other one is like the monster who will shut you down using the most force possible. I'm going to inflict the most damage on you that I possibly can. So if you cut me off in traffic and it's just an accident, you don't even know that I exist, you don't even know that you did it, I'm going to run you off the road with my car, and then once you're off the road, I'm going to shoot you. That's an exaggeration, but sometimes it's not, because people can get crazy. If you're acting like that, if somebody accidentally bumps you and you're all in their face and then your warrior is out of control. You're using the shadow warrior, and that's why the warrior gets a bad rap. That's why we teach people be nice, because we don't want to be confronted with that guy. But there is a healthy warrior, and this is the one that's not getting nurtured in our society. And that's the one who stands up for himself, has good boundaries, uses his words effectively, and if he needs more force than that, we'll use more force than that. But the goal is to maintain boundaries, to look out for the welfare of himself, his family, his community, the world at large. So it's not just what's in it for me, it's what's in it for us. How can we thrive? So let's say that you and I are enemies and we have a conflict that we have to battle it out. And so we do that, and one of us wins. And the healthy warrior is the one who's going to be like, okay, that happened. Now, how can we come back together and be a community again? So the healthy warrior is the one who is looking out for the big picture, is looking out for tomorrow. It's looking out for, humanity. I understand that plants need a place to thrive. I understand that animals need a place to be. People need a place to be. People who are not like me need a place to be. And so even when I'm fighting for all of that, not just what's the best thing for my pocket, what's the best thing for my happiness. So when you're thinking about how do I move in the world, what makes me strong, you might channel this warrior in you and let him be the healthy one. Not the meek and mild one who runs from a fight, and not the crazy one who's ready to knock anybody out for looking at him crossways. It's the one who feels strong and can stand up, say yes to what they do want, no to what they don't want, and be okay with not being liked and not being perceived as nice. I know this might generate some controversy because we don't like to talk about fighting. Oh, fighting's so bad. Sometimes you gotta fight. I'm just gonna say that. Period. Sometimes you gotta fight. Not saying that we're promoting fighting, not saying that we're going into evil. I'm saying that sometimes we have to stop people from hurting us, stop people from hurting the environment. And sometimes the fight could be like legal fighting, or it can be just saying tough words, things that are not easy to hear or not easy to say. But what it's not like is what we see in our society, which is like litigation. I'm going to squeeze every dime out of you because you cut a tree down on my property. Or I'm going to get every ounce of blood from you because you wronged me. That's not what we're talking about. Let's be reasonable. The warrior is also a smart person. He's just. He's reasonable. He uses only enough force to achieve the goal, and then he helps to repair the relationship. So I'm going to ask you to do that in your dealings, to develop this warrior within you. As your developed warrior gets stronger and healthier, our society gets stronger and healthier. Love to hear your comments, and have a great day. See ya!